Wagwan peeps, it's Venom, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, Dammy to the Zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. We on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick. Wagwan people, it's your boy Venom in the building alongside my co-host, my home slice, Dammy to the Zane.
Hey, hello, hi guys.
Dammy got the D, Venom got the V.
Yeah.
Put us in the tree. Monkey business. I don't know. Right. So today we got another sick show for you. Welcome to the Unpicked podcast. We're about to do something a bit mad this week where we're gonna go over an old conversation and get some more context around that. But before we get into that, we're gonna do a bit of the normal this and that and some hot topics. So I'm gonna hand it over to Dammy Zane to hit me with the this or that.
Well, before we even do that, there's someone who you lot could probably see peeking his head up right now, but there is a new member of the Unpicked podcast. Let me show you him. So guys, I want you guys to meet this way. I want you guys to meet Toby. Meet Toby, my new little dog. My little doggy.
What, yo?
Hey. New member and that. We'll find him his...
New member and that?
Yeah, we'll find him his gang sign eventually at some point.
What sign can he do? There's short limbs, you know?
He's really little short legs.
My
we'll
God.
find something.
He could even do like a cross thing. Maybe try and do like a little cross. He might be able to do some cross paw.
Little cross paw thing.
Something.
Like, we'll find a way for him to do his little T. Get me? It might even be this. His head be the T. We'll see.
Oluwatobi. So is it the T or is it, you didn't even give the full name, you called him Toby?
I just call him Toby. But really in my heart, he's a Nigerian. He's actually Oluwatobi. Hey. Man, like. So yeah, guys, if you hear a little pop in the background, it's because Toby's trying to have his little say. Man's trying to unpick as well. Get me?
That's going to be actually kind of techie, you know? You know when I'm coming with the heat and then man's marking, I'm like, it's 2 against 1, bro.
Yeah.
It's 2 against 1.
Yeah, he's going to be doing his own little thing as well. Don't worry about that.
So that should be fine.
Right. So now we can get into the this or that. Okay.
Bomb.
So the theme for you today, Venom, is we're doing an Unpicked pageant. And so I have some pageant questions for you, essentially. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the main question is, if you had to pick one to save or change the world, which would it be?
One to save or change the world. Okay, cool.
So the first one.
Let's hear the context.
That is the context. That's your question. So the two options are for round one is eradicate world hunger or cure world famine.
Cure world famine.
Okay, cool. All right, round two.
Boom.
Round two. Stop world wars completely or get rid of all types of prejudice in the whole world.
There's a lot of levels to the statement stop world wars, but I'll go with stop world wars because prejudice make people who they are. That's asking people to not be who they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last one is to eradicate religion or to close the poverty gap completely.
Yeah, poverty.
All right, so...
Close the poverty gap.
Okay, so in our Unpicked pageant, you said in order to make the world a better place that you would cure world famine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stop world wars.
Yeah.
And close the poverty gap. Aye.
Indeed.
Aye.
That'll get us there by tomorrow.
And I'll crown you Unpicked's very first pageant king.
Thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure. I would just like to take this moment to thank God. Because, sorry, everyone does it. I had to. It's an honor
I'll find you a crown.
I can't think of some of the ridiculous things that they say. I probably got one lying around here, you know.
Get him a little tiara, and then we might make it. We might make it merch.
For the mandem, it's only for mandem.
It's only for mandem.
It's in the men's section.
That's right.
Yeah, men's accessories section.
That's right. So, what's hot?
What's hot? So, what's hot this week is that the BBC have released yet another documentary about Mr. Timothy Woodwest. That's what I'm calling him these days. You know, delving deeper into his supposed,
his alleged,
unproven,
alleged antics. Yeah,
so man's watched it. I'm not gonna give you any of my opinion just yet, but I've watched it. Dammy's
I've watched it.
We're gonna give you guys 1 week to catch up, and then we're gonna talk about this proper next week.
I just want to say, guys,
proper.
Those of you that have been riding with us from day, or maybe we've picked you up along the way, you would have known that we already covered Mr. Woodwest.
Baby, yeah.
Episode 25 to be precise, right? And if you're from the abroad, so you're not from the UK, you'll see that it's still there on the YouTube. It's still there on the Spotify, on the Apple Podcasts, on all the other podcast streaming platforms. It's still there, it ain't gone nowhere. But if you watch us on YouTube and you're in the UK and you go onto our previous videos, you'll see it's no longer there. Why? Because the Tube of the U, right, took it down. They blocked it in the UK because Woodwest and his gang decided to say that we raise a claim of defamation against us. Now,
defame.
A whole defame, you know. These times, the original BBC documentary is still up on BBC iPlayer, yeah, and I'm gonna link that below in the description. And then there's now a new one with even worse claims. I'm gonna link that too in the description. So because Venxm and I, we are not afraid, as you lot who've been watching us should know, we are not afraid to have these discussions and talk about this candidly, openly, whatever. We will talk about this. We're going to talk about it again. And if the Tube of the U, and there's a reason why we're saying it this way, if the Tube of the U decides to take us down again, we will do another episode. It's not a thing. We will do this. We will do this until it is known across, because to us, it's important that we talk about it. It's very important that we talk about it because it's affecting people in our community. So they're not going to shut us up about this one. So yeah, guys, this is just a placeholder, I guess, for you lot.
A PSA.
A PSA, public announcement. You're giving you 7 days, yeah, to get ready because we're going to talk about it next week and we want you to watch it, the new documentary. And if you've not watched the old one, the old documentary too, so that you're well versed in what the allegations are in time for our discussion, and then we can go toe for toe in the comments next week. So yeah, guys, just to let you guys know, and if you are in the UK and you want to watch what we said last time, just get a VPN. You'll still be able to watch.
Yeah. Or you can listen on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify.
And all that. Yeah, episode 25.
It's everywhere else, just not on the
Tube of the U, and you won't miss it because in the title, his name is there. Just slapped it in. Do you want to know what's interesting, Venxm? So, you know, I changed the title of that episode, so it wasn't originally called what it's called now, right? And before I changed the title, they didn't pick it up. I then changed the title and obviously put his name in it, and obviously in the thumbnail it's got his picture, so they probably didn't even watch it. They probably just saw his name.
No, I don't think they did.
Saw the thumbnail and said, "Yeah, we're gonna shut them up." I just think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me keep quiet. We're gonna talk about it next week. Be ready.
Yeah, we coming back for you, Timothy.
We're coming for you, Timothy.
Baby, yeah.
Yeah, baby, yeah. So, hot topics. So last week, Venxm I said this guy is gonna get cancelled. He's on the road to getting cancelled. Guys, he's on the road to getting.
Aspirations
He's
and that.
getting cancelled. Do you know what? We need to stop saying it. We need to stop putting it out there. I don't believe
Why?
in this universe business, but I do believe the tongue is powerful. We need to stop putting out there that you're gonna get cancelled or that we're gonna get cancelled.
Oh, I hear that. But at the same time, you know, aspirations. Man's got aspirations. If you got cancelled, you somebody. That's what I'm saying.
So anyway, man like Venxm, yeah, my podcast bestie made a comment on Instagram, and he basically got, was it a warning or something like that, to say that you was.
Now
was
they
it
just took the comment.
They took the
down
whole comment
straight off the
down.
reel. Took it down for hate speech.
For hate speech. Do you want to know what he said? He said that women are the worst.
I said girls are actually the worst. And then I put 3 face palms. And the reason why is because it made perfect context with the video that I was watching. It was a reel.
This is why I'm throwing it back to you, because I need you to explain the situation.
Right. So it was a reel. There was a young gentleman from the UK explaining his ordeal, which was that he went to go link some girl from, I think, Essex sides. And I don't know where he was from, but it's like an 8-hour commute anyway, or that's how long it took him. He did the 8-hour commute. She stood him up. So I watched this whole video and I felt sorry for my man. I was like, girls are actually the worst. How are you going to do man like that? So that's what I wrote. Girls are actually the worst. Nothing more, nothing less. Taken down for hate speech immediately.
Instagram said no.
Said hate speech.
Yeah.
Hate. A whole hate. This is my issue. This is my issue with this generation, is that we are joining very, very serious words with very, very minor actions. Hate. You know, it's the most extreme. You can't get more than hate. Like, it's the maximum. Hate.
I think it's interesting that... I just find it interesting that we've got reels where we've said a lot worse. We've spoken about... I've called you bold on Instagram.
Exactly. Hate speech.
That didn't get...
In fact, that's...
That didn't get taken down for hate speech.
But that's a sexual thing, isn't it? That's a sexual offence.
Well, what's that? Didn't get taken down for sexual offence. So I guess I wasn't committing one.
I dared you anyway. I dared you to do it again.
Okay, but when I made the comment, it was after the court ruling anyway, so it should have been...
I dare you do it again.
Anyway, and then we've made comments about women in the past, men in the past. Like we've said a few things.
We've said a lot.
It might not be crazy controversial, but we've said things that could have crossing a little bit on the line. Do you know what I mean? Like just a little bit on the line, if not crossing the line, and they've been fine. So for you to just say that girls are actually the worst, and you know what's funny? I even DM'd him about something different, and I was like, men are actually the worst.
It's ridiculous.
So funny. Do you think, if it was a comment about men, do you think that it would have been deemed as...
No, I tested it. I did it straight after. I did boys are actually the worst, because basically when I posted all of that to my story, one of my friends was like, but I bet if you did it about boys, it would have been fine. And that's what I'm saying. And then I thought, actually, I'm not just saying it. I'm going to go test it. And then the boys one got taken down straight away as well.
Okay, so it's not just women, it's men too.
It was meant to, but it might have been because it was my account. It just got flagged straight away. I don't know. And then that made me more conflicted. After that happened, I was like, I don't know if I'm happy that I got treated the same with my comment about boys and girls, but I don't know if I'm more mad that basically it's not even a sex thing where we're trying to protect women right now. They're actually just censoring my speech because I didn't even say anything hateful. I just made a comment.
Do you think it's a vendetta against Venxm?
That's what it sounded like.
Guys,
first the shadow ban, then
they shadow banned you? Oh, mate.
I don't know. No, they didn't shadow ban me. But I've always say that you're shadow banned if you're content doesn't reach, like, just if it just doesn't just go out there, if you know what I mean.
If you don't fit the aesthetic, the Instagram aesthetic, they're not pushing out your content like everybody else anyway.
At all.
But yeah, guys, if you lot want to see more of Venxm's content before it gets deleted, follow him on Instagram. As for me, the angelic one, I have no problems on social media. They don't shut me up. They don't shut me up on social media because I don't say anything problematic.
Okay.
I'm the angel in the situation. Although one of my TikToks got taken down because I went shooting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went shooting and I did a post about it that I went to a shooting range and they were like, "Oh, you're promoting gun violence," and I was like,
gun violence?
No, I'm not. It's a shooting range.
See it there?
Anyway, outside of that,
problematic. That's mad.
Like, pew pew. No, actually, do you know what's funny?
Promoting guns in the UK.
In the voiceover, I probably went pew pew in the. I thought that post was lit. That post was lit. I feel like that TikTok was lit, but it had to get taken down.
Not Dammy promoting the gun
pew,
violence.
Pew. You mess with
me in the UK.
No, let me not say that because the tube of the U. Next thing you know. Next thing you know, they're taking us down.
In the UK, where it's not even legal like that. It's not like in the
where
US,
where I went to, you can actually buy guns there as well.
That's
probably what I said, that they were like, "Nah, she's promoting it," because I was like, "Oh, it's a shooting range." And I was like, "Oh, you can buy them as well," and I showed the guns on the walls.
Come on,
and I was like, "Pew pew."
That's ridiculous.
And they were like, "Nah."
Thank God that they took your video down.
Because TikTok's aimed at kids.
Yeah, so you're telling kids.
So I've got a friend here. She put up a post, and in her caption she had an eggplant, and they gave her a warning. It said sexual content. So,
but the eggplant, I get it. But did you actually think about it when you was
Of course, I thought about it. What kind of a question is
I'm
that?
talking about guns.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was like, I went to a shooting range. Guns. Yeah.
That means it.
If it was illegal, they wouldn't allow shooting ranges in the country in the first place. So
it's not about what's legal and what's not legal. It's kids. And you're out here talking about pew pew. I
was like, pew pew. It was lit, man. I might even insert it because you know when you post a video on TikTok, you can set it so it saves it. Guys, I might just roll the clip here so you lot can see what I put up.
Roll the clip.
I'll roll it up so that you lot on YouTube can see, because I don't understand why it got taken down. So yeah, I'll put it in right here.
Come with me to a shooting range. Weapon galore. You can buy one here too. Safety first. Look at the concentration. Was too excited. Not bad for the first round. Round 2. Pew pew. He's done out here. We're ready for any ops.
Well, I would say on behalf of anyone who has like little ones, I wouldn't want my little one watching you shoot up things.
Pew, pew.
I talk about, oh look, and they even sell the guns. Look, this is the one I want. This one has got
pew, pew.
a very simple Klarna, $29.99 a month. This one can be yours.
It was the pew pew for me, but guys,
wow.
I would say it's fine.
And the bullets and the Desert Eagle and this, that. No, you're doing a lot.
I was doing a lot. It was fun though. But yeah, you lot mess with me, I'll take you to the shooting range.
Oi.
So, a while back, Venxm said something he wasn't supposed to say. Again, are you seeing a theme, guys? Are you seeing a theme? Anyway,
there's no theme.
This was weeks ago. This is what, episode 34? This was probably episode 24 or something like that.
Nah, not even 30s. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah,
it was in the early 20s. Yeah, he said something, and we promised some of our subscribers that we would come back and talk about it. Well, we did come back and talk about it, but just before we show you that, I'm just gonna jog your memory on what Venxm said. So I'm gonna roll the clip
I know I've said some wild things in the past for sure, but nothing like, you know what I mean? I'm a logical person, so anything that I've said, it can be explained, but that doesn't mean I don't have wild opinions. Like, I've cussed all types of people, if you know what I mean. I'm going to assume this was the part of the moment in time in Twitter where it was just like drag black girls for no reason, that point in time. And yes, have I been a part of those conversations? Yeah, with black girls. Like, it's a joke. Like, we're having fun, as in an inclusive piece of banter. You know what I mean?
I'm going to move right past that, but we will come back to that one day. Podcast bestie. So, after we dropped this reel, we promised our subscribers that we would talk about it. And we did talk about it, but we never aired it. So, for this week, we're going to be sharing our conversation around what Venxm said.
Chic.
Do you know what I just realised? Because I got the heavy lashes on today. My eyes are going to be... No, I can see.
You struggling, yeah?
I can see clearly. Thank you very much.
Yeah?
But I'm going to look evil because my eyes are going to look like I got...
Oh, I'm sorry. No. You're going to look evil because you're evil. It's not... It's got nothing to...
I think you've got ourselves mistaken because out of the both of us, it's you that likes to drop cancelable stuff.
Hey.
When you check the comments out, more time, people are coming for you, my friend, not me.
Who picks the clips? Okay. Wait, can anyone hear Dammy? Wait.
I cannot lie. It's fun sometimes. Hold on, I need to ask you this because I need to make sure, men's mental health and that.
Go for it.
Do you feel like I throw you under the bus?
Sometimes, but I'm not online like that anymore, so I don't even care. It's kind of like, I watch it, I'm like, oh man.
Why did she pick that one?
And then I'm like, oh yeah, I won't be around to see what people say anyway.
I hear it, but you know what is funny? Because you know what's funny? I pick the clips, but you actually say it. It's not, and I don't edit it in a way to make it seem like you didn't say that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like I'm chopping and cutting and chopping to make you sound like a villain. Do you know what I mean? These are things that you actually say.
You know what? It's more the way that people react. And as soon as I see some clips, I'm just like, I know how people are gonna react. And then I'm like, at the end of the day, I also don't really care about the opinions of strangers, especially if they're not seeking the context. I'm like, if you want to be triggered, be triggered. If you want to be upset, be upset.
There's some things that you say that even with context is unacceptable. That reel, I actually agree with the girls. It's not okay to crack jokes about black women as a joke. It's not a joke. No,
but it is.
Okay,
it is.
Go on.
So the context is, because the thing is, in that clip, I didn't even really get the context out. You said what you said, and then you kind of cut it. I was like,
don't try to accuse me.
We'll deal with it another time. No, I mean verbally.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to deal with this today. Because it would have completely overshadowed the whole conversation, which was more important.
Yeah. So the thing is, or the way I will put it is, if I'm having jokes with my friends, I'm having jokes with my friends. And I mean that not in the context, because I think when people see it, they understand it to be me and black guys cussing black women. But that's not what it is. It's me and my friends cussing each other. So like, when I was in college, for example, the scenario that I was thinking is, but this happened like mostly in like the common room. All of my friends in college were just black people. I went to college at a time where people weren't just friends with everybody. Like, everybody weren't mixed up like that. It was very much like, these are the black people, these are the Asian, like South Asian people, these are the Turkish people, etc. So the black girls used to cuss us. We used to cuss them back. Everyone used to have a laugh, and that was it. It was fun. Everyone was enjoying the banter. Cussing matches was a thing. And I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to pretend like now that the Twitter thing has happened and everyone's all sensitive about it, like I can't enjoy what happened in the past because it's not related and
it's unrelated. Granted, it's unrelated. But as a black girl around the same generation as you, I mean, I'm younger, but
yeah.
I remember being the butt of the jokes in school, in the common room. You know what I mean? And there's always going to be black women who they want to be chosen in it. It's what we call the pick-me's. They're going to pander to the man's side and ways of thinking and whatever because they want to be chosen, right? And I'm not saying the black girls you were busting jokes with were pick-me's, but do you know what I mean? I was the butt of the joke. I was the butt of the joke from some black girls and black guys. And I didn't like it. I felt bullied. It's the reason why till today, I don't feel comfortable having like my natural hair out, for example. Or, do you know what? It took me a long time to wear lipstick as a black girl.
Why?
Because I've got big lips. You know what I mean? Juicy. And and I used to get bullied about it from black guys and black girls, more so black guys. And I used to just wear clear lip gloss because I didn't want to emphasize the lips because they were big already. And when you put color on it, it's just like, look at me, look at me. So for a very long time, I was wearing clear lip gloss because I didn't want to draw any further attention to these juicy lips. Do you know what I mean? With my hair as well, natural hair only became fashionable over the last, I want to say 5-6 years, tops, maybe a bit longer. There were some girls doing natural hair on YouTube from like uni days. And I'm talking late 2000s. But even then, it was a smaller community to what it is today. Do you understand me? So, but when we was in school, no, there was no way. Like the girls that were wearing braids over the Premium Now or Premium 2 girls, the girls will know what I'm talking about if you don't know what I'm talking about. Weave.
Okay.
Like, it was like natural hair wasn't it. Do you understand me? Weave was. Braids was a bit, weave was cool. Do you see what I'm saying? So as much as I'm hearing that, yeah, black girls were inclusive, it wasn't just all the black guys and it was a different time. It impacted us back then. The reason why now it might seem like everyone's overly sensitive is because black women finally feel like we have a voice. We finally feel like we can actually say something. And because of like the way social media works, everyone can say whatever they like within reason. We are now talking about it. And because we're talking about it so much, people are like, oh, these lot are sensitive. No, we're not sensitive. We're just tired. We're tired. And on top of that, black women don't feel like black men protect and support. When something happens to a black guy, you look at all the marching and all the like online or even real life protests, women are frontline supporting. When things happen to black women, we don't get the same level of support from black men. And that's just one area where black women feel hard done by black men. Then when you start adding in colorism, that starts making it more complicated. So you might get a light-skinned black girl cracking jokes about a dark-skinned black girl, which was the thing in secondary school and college. And just because, yes, mixed people are considered as part of our community, they don't understand the struggles of a dark-skinned black woman. To the point where there was almost like a hierarchy, like light-skinned black women or mixed black women were considered more beautiful, prettier than the black dark-skinned girl. So again, you're saying, yeah, black women were also involved, but were they dark-skinned black women who weren't pick-me's? Were they mixed women? Were they mixed girls? Do you see what I'm saying? So I feel like basically what I'm trying to say to you, yeah, Venxm, is it's no different from people taking the piss out of black women on Twitter. The difference is back then, black women weren't saying much about it. We were just taking that shit home and internalizing it. And then imagine you've got that plus some of the things that we discuss in our episodes that have happened to black women, like not being chosen when it comes to dating, black women having to be victims of DV more so than anyone else, victims of sexual assault. When you throw in the fact that Black women, even in our day-to-day lives, we're treated differently from everybody else, right? When you add all of that on top, and then you're getting your own Black men taking the piss out of you, making jokes about you at our expense. Of course, when we get to our adult age and we get to now where everyone's got freedom of speech and everyone can say whatever they want, we are not having it anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a build-up.
Yeah.
That's why we've got to where we are right now. And that's the reason why when you say stuff like, yeah, I was there as well, I was cracking jokes. It was a joke. To us, it's not a joke because we remember how we felt at the time. And we've been feeling...
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is part of my issue, is this I guess the concept of like shared trauma and like trauma projection, where literally my school experience, college experience, obviously very different to yours, especially school, because my school was like, basically my first primary school was like, secondary school was all Black. It was like Gangster's Paradise, if you know the film. Very old film, but if you know the film, you'll get what I mean. It's a
classic, so...
My school was just like that.
Yeah.
Very Black. So you didn't have the issue of pick me so much, and you didn't have the issues of Black girls not being chosen and colorism and stuff, because everybody was a Black girl. Yes, there was light-skinned Black girls. Yes, there was mixed race Black girls, and obviously, yes, there were non-Black girls. But the percentages were completely unreal for what you would think London to be, especially now that I've been here so long. I'm like, wow, how did all this many Black people end up in one school anyway? So you didn't have these type of issues that girls now understand and that now we know and talk about.
We did.
It was very surreal. No. I mean, in terms of my school, it really was not.
No, you wouldn't know that because you're not a Black woman. That's the point I'm trying to say to you. Like, I remember being in school, and I went to two different types of school. I went to a school with just white people, eventually, got racially bullied there. But before that, I went to a school that was predominantly Black. And when it came to like, I didn't go to college, I went to sixth form, and there was a heavy Black community at sixth form. And I can categorically tell you that the bullying I received then from Black boys and fellow Black girls stuck with me till today. And so when I saw and still see certain comments about Black women, made on Twitter, it's not something that I just heard recently. It's not new. These jokes are not new. They're jokes that we've been hearing. Black women have been hearing these jokes from the beginning of time. From as little as I could, from primary school, I was hearing some of these jokes. Do you know what I mean? And it's not funny. Being the butt of the joke is not funny. Let's remove it from being Black women. Black men have had things that they've had joked about them. That's probably a sore topic for them. Same things with people who are weighty, do you know what I mean? Like big, fat people. Like, I don't like saying that, but people who are overweight, not fat. I don't like that term. But do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain jokes made about certain demographics that at the time was probably just funny, but it's still bullying. It's still unkind, and it's still putting someone at the butt of the joke. I'm not saying. So now that we've got older, and women are like, yeah, cool, yeah, you thought it was funny at the time, but let me tell you, sir, that at the time, the people that he was making those jokes about probably internalized it, didn't say anything to you. They've grown up through life, experienced other things where they're continuously told that they're the bottom of the barrel. And then now we're like, no, we're not going to take it no more. We are tired, yeah? Any little thing you lot say, we're jumping on it because we didn't jump on it before. So it's almost like letting a sleeping, it's almost like having a lion sleep for time. You've been prodding it. It's been sleeping for time. And then now any little thing is ready to pounce on you. That's basically what we are seeing today. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Definitely. Yeah. But I think it's in a very, to a degree, it's in an unbalanced way, because you have to assume a lot about me saying, oh yeah, back in the day, me and my friends, we used to joke. You have to assume so much to make me the villain in that piece when it's a back and forth between friends.
Do you know what? I I get why you're gonna defend. I
everyone-
get
but
why you
everyone
want to
will
defend
make
it.
that
I understand why you want to defend it because
Mhm.
to you, it was at the time it was harmless. I love black women. I didn't mean it in that way. I get you.
And it's also to and fro. It's not like a one-sided affair.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're telling jokes about each other.
Cool,
So I'm
cool.
like,
I get that.
Mhm.
But what black men, plural, not just you, yeah. What black men need to realize is in this moment in time, black women don't want to hear excuses about it. We don't want to hear your justification because we know how it impacted us. Let me give you a really extreme situation. Yeah, it's not the same, but to some it can be deemed the same. Let's say you are a victim of some sort of abuse when you were young. I don't want to name any one in particular, but any sort of abuse is extreme, right? And the perpetrator has their reasons for it, for whatever reason they want to pick. To the person that was abused, there is absolutely no excuse that they want to hear because they know how it impacted them. Now, I know I've given you a really extreme example, but to some black women, those jokes that was done for bants, to them, it really diminished their self-esteem. It really made them feel ugly, like the worst of all demographics. Till today, loads of black girls grow up feeling ugly. Like you can probably, like we see it all the time on social media where like you can take a little like 6-year-old black girl and ask her if she feels like she's pretty. And she might come back with, oh, I feel like I need to look like this. I need to look like that. Yeah. Black women have always, from as far back as I can remember, I feel like we have always been treated as though we are the uglier ones. We're the least desirable. We're bottom barrel. And so to us, even the smallest joke that seems so inconsequential, it's impacted that. It's added to that. So irrespective of the context, to us, the context don't matter no more. It's the feeling. It's how we felt off the back of it. And now, yeah, it might seem like it's imbalanced, but it's not imbalanced. It's just because now we're not standing for it in any shape or form. Any small thing, we're ready to tell you, no, take accountability. Do you see what I'm saying? And I feel like
applying today's feelings.
I hear that. I hear that. I mean, I understand that there is context. I get that, especially as a black woman who probably did take the piss out of black guys at some point. If you take the men are trash narrative, for example, right now, women are going heavy on men are trash, right? Particularly black men are trash. But at the same time,
that's what men are trash means,
hold on.
It just means black men.
Hold on. But right now, in the UK, black men are more likely to have a mental health illness. More black men are dealing with mental health issues than ever before. At the same time as black women constantly calling black men dusties and trash. Now, in the future, might not be today, but in the future, it might be the other way around. It might be that people are digging up black women tweets where they're calling every black man a dusty under the sun, telling them to go back to the plantation. I saw that comment.
I didn't even understand it. But
I got offended by it, but I thought if I reply, then I didn't want to reply because then if I reply, I'm going to disrespect you and I don't want to do that. But I get that she's speaking from frustration from what she's dealt with black men. But in doing that, she's now become the bully. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. She's saying something that's inappropriate. Exactly. That in years to come, when tables turn and it's now, black men feel like they've been attacked by black women. I mean, it's a long time. It's going to take a long time to get to that point because black women have been oppressed.
What, for them to feel like that?
Not for them to feel like that, but for it to become for us to get to a place where it's the other way around, where it's like any little thing a black woman says, black men will pounce. I feel like black women have been oppressed by black men for so long. It's going to take a lot longer for us to get to this reality that I'm talking about, yeah? But I imagine it comes to a point where it's the other way around, where black women's tweets are being dragged from years ago on Twitter to come and tell them, you're supporting black men now, but do you remember in 2021 when you said that all black men are dusties and they should go back to the plantation? Explain yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I imagine by that time, everything that black women are saying now would be an issue. It will be you also contributed to the state of the black men's mentality at that point. But right now it's the woman's time. And black women do not want to hear context. We do not want to hear excuses. We do not want to hear, we didn't mean it like that. Fake accountability. We don't want any guys trying to be doing wolves in sheep's clothing, trying to do, I support black women. But then when we put your tweets from 5 years ago, you were saying that all black women can't wear blonde weave because it doesn't suit us, or you're saying all black women are this and that. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? So I feel like black men just need to accept that right now, black women are not taking any, we're not taking any bull from anyone. And you just have to take accountability. If you was one of those guys that was contributing in any way to the oppression of black women in any shape or form, right now, just take accountability. Just accept. We don't want to hear excuses. Just be like, all right, cool. Like, I didn't mean it like that, but I'm sorry at the time. Now I see. Because unless you're in our shoes, you will never understand. And no matter what you say, it will just sound like, here we go again. We're being silenced. They're not taking us seriously, etc., etc. All right, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this week's episode and what we discussed. And since we've come back to Venxm's words about talking about black women on Twitter, let us know in the comments how you feel about our discussion on that and how you feel about what was said. Basically what Venxm said.
And if you're going to cancel me today or tomorrow, or if I'm going to stay in the game.
You never know, boy. By the time this comes out, you never know. We might not even get to talk about the Wood of the West on this Tube of the U next week, because you never know. Venxm's account might be eradicated and our whole channel might be cancelled. Who knows? But let us know in the comments how you felt about our discussion following some of the things that Venxm said, and as if there's anything else you want to bring to the table, hit us up. Our socials will be at the bottom of the screen as usual and in the description. Please do not forget to click the link to the Wood West Timothy Baby BBC Part 2 documentary, because we will be unpicking that next week, best believe. And until then, peace,
baby.